אנשים דרך ה-5G והערים החכמות, ולשנות את הדעה של בן אדם, לשנות לו את הדעה ולגרום לו אפילו להרוג מישהו.
It's not some conspiracy theory. They have patents on it. Microsoft and Google have patents that give them mind control technology. This is not a conspiracy theory that people are inventing. They patented the technologies to change your mood, to change the way that you think, to punish you. In 2016, I was in Standing Rock trying to fight a big oil pipeline for the industry, for the Indians, representing the Sioux Indians. And the government came out with giant electronic wave machines that they broadcast a sound that we couldn't hear, but it made your skin burn. Oh, it's a weapon. We all know that they can weaponize it. But more importantly, more than using it as a weapon, they're going to use it to know everything, so nobody will have any secrets. You know, most people have secrets. And if the government knows all of your secrets, they can control you even without mind control. Oh, it's really, you know, we all need people, you know, from all over the world, people of goodwill, people who are humanitarians, who understand the danger of these corporations and these government officials running our lives. We need to work together to fight off this tyranny, this authoritarianism, this despotism. Which company is using that technology?
Yes.
Microsoft, Google, Facebook. Those are the ones with the patents. They have patents right now. You can look up the patents to put it. They have a patent. Microsoft owns a patent. You put a chip in yourself. It has a number of electrodes in your body. And then it will send you a telephone message to look at a certain advertisement on TV or listen to a song, or to walk down the aisle of a grocery store. It will give you an assignment on your telephone. And then when you do what you're told, they monitor your mood. And after you've completed the task, they send you money into your digital bank account. Oh, they're going to tell you, they're going to monitor your facial expression, your blood pressure, your EEG, when you look at one of their ads on TV. And they'll get data from you. And they'll pay you to do that. So, you know, but that's one of the patents. That's a Microsoft patent. Google has a patent that actually changes the way that you think, puts thoughts in your head. You know, it's called transhumanism. It's scary. It's frightening. These people are very, very dangerous. These young people from Silicon Valley who are, you know, so good at making money and developing this technology, but they have no kind of moral basis. They're not thinking about what the implications for this technology on all of humanity are. It's scary.
האם אתה יודע שחלק מהמהפכות, כמו האחרונות שהיו בארצות הברית, היו עם שליטה מוחית על ההמונים, או עם כסף של סורוס?
Oh, I don't, but there's something suspicious about those riots because, you know, we know that in some cases, we've seen police officers and kind of right-wing groups who were out there breaking windows before anybody else, and trucks coming and delivering rocks and bricks to the downtown. Nobody knows who did it. It's very strange, but there is somebody out there who wanted those riots to become violent.
Do you think Soros were behind it?
I have no knowledge of that. I can't speak to that. I know people say those things. I've met George Soros on several occasions. I can't imagine that he's involved in that stuff. And, you know, it doesn't seem realistic to me, but I don't know. I can't answer. I don't have the information.
שאלה אחרונה, מה ניתן לעשות נגד הסדר העולמי החדש? מה על כל האזרחים בעולם לעשות ביחד?
We need a reassertion of democracy. We need to beat them in the courts, and we need to beat them on the street. And we need to develop ways to communicate with each other that Facebook can't censor, that Google can't censor. We need to develop other ways so that we can talk to each other. I can talk with a rabbi across the world, people who share our values, people who love democracy, people who love human freedom, and who respect religion and other values, to work with each other, because now Facebook won't let us talk to each other. Google censors and lies. And we need to develop ways to talk with each other. Then we need to get out on the street and we need to confront them and say, we're not going to take it from you.
Without Google, without Facebook, without YouTube, what we can use to speak to each other.
Yeah, that's the good point. But we're developing those. You know, we're developing institutions. My institution, you can communicate with emails. We're developing our own television networks. We're working with the religious networks. We're developing new ways to talk with each other. We all need to work together to do that. We need to develop our own Googles and Facebooks and, you know, and reach out to each other. And then we need to create balagon. When they come after us, we need to confront them and make sure that they cannot accumulate that power and create chaos for them.
מה אתה אומר לעשות הפגנות שבוע ימים מסביב לבתים שלהם, 1 million people outside their houses?
Where? In Israel?
Every place.
That's right. I'm going to Berlin this week to talk to the big crowds. But we need to create balagon. We need to create chaos for them. And okay. Well, very good to meet you, Rabbi, and thank you for what you're doing. And we'll work together as brothers in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All the best and good luck to you.
Bye-bye.
Back at home in the United States, the newspapers are saying that I came here today to speak to about 5,000 Nazis.
Zu Hause in den Vereinigten Staaten behaupten die Zeitungen, ich wäre hierher gekommen, um mit 5.000 Nazis zu reden.
And tomorrow, they're going to report that, yes, I was here and that I spoke to maybe 3,000 to 5,000 Nazis.
Und morgen werden sie genau das berichten, dass ich zu etwa 83 bis 5.000 Nazis geredet haben werde.
But I look at this crowd and I see the opposite of Nazism.
Und wenn ich in die Menge schaue, sehe ich das Gegenteil von Nazis.
I see people who love democracy.
Ich sehe Menschen, die Demokratie lieben.
People who want open government.
Menschen, die eine offene Regierung wollen.
People who want leaders that are not going to lie to them.
Menschen, die Anführer haben wollen, von denen sie nicht belogen werden.
People who are not leaders who will not make up arbitrary rules and regulations to orchestrate obedience of the population.
Wir wollen keine Anführer, die wahllos irgendwelche Regelungen erlassen, um unsere Demut, um unsere Unterwürfigkeit zu erwirken.
We want health officials who don't have financial entanglements with the pharmaceutical industry, who are working for us and not Big Pharma.
Wir wollen Anführer, die keine Verbindungen mit der Pharmaindustrie haben, die für uns arbeiten und nicht für die Pharmalobby.
We want officials who care about our children's health and not about pharmaceutical profits or government control.
Wir wollen Politiker, die sich um die Gesundheit unserer Kinder kümmern und nicht um den Profit der Pharmalobby und ihren eigenen Profit.
I look at this crowd, I see all the flags of Europe. I see people of every color. I see people from every nation, every religion, all caring about human dignity, about children's health, about political freedom. This is the opposite of Nazism.
Wenn ich in die Menge schaue, sehe ich Flaggen aus aller Herren Länder hier in Europa. Ich sehe Menschen aus allen Nationen, mit allen Hautfarben, von allen Religionen. Ich sehe Menschen, die sich um Menschlichkeit kümmern, die hier sind, wegen der Gesundheit ihrer Kinder und wegen Freiheit und Demokratie.
Oh. Governments love pandemics.
Regierungen lieben Pandemien.
They love pandemics for the same reason they love war.
Und die lieben sie aus den gleichen Gründen, wie sie den Krieg lieben.
Because it gives them the ability to impose controls on the population that the population would otherwise never accept.
Weil es sie in die Lage versetzt, Kontrollmechanismen zu installieren, die wir sonst niemals akzeptieren würden.
To create institutions and mechanisms for orchestrating and imposing obedience.
Das sind Institutionen und Mechanismen, die unsere Unterwürfigkeit erfordern.
Now I'll tell you something. It's a mystery to me. And all of these big important people like Bill Gates and Tony Fauci have been planning and thinking about this pandemic for decades. Planning it so that we would all be safe when the pandemic finally came. And yet, now that it's here, they don't seem to know what they're talking about.
Und wir wissen mittlerweile, dass Leute wie Bill Gates und Anthony Fauci diese Pandemie seit Jahrzehnten geplant haben, die sie jetzt über uns gebracht haben. Und wir wissen inzwischen, dass sie nicht mal erklären können, was die Pandemie sein soll.
They seem to be making it up as they go along. They're inventing numbers. They cannot tell you what the case fatality rate for COVID is. That's basic. They cannot give us a PCR test that actually works. They have to change the definition of COVID on the death certificates constantly to make it look more and more dangerous. The one thing that they're good at is pumping up fear.
Die denken sich alles nur aus. Sie erfinden Zahlen. Sie erfinden Zahlen zur Pandemie, damit wir in die Angst kommen. Sie erfinden diese Zahlen, die wir in der Zeitung lesen, im Fernsehen sehen. Und wenn wir die Zahlen sehen, bekommen wir einfach nur in die Angst.
75 years ago, Hermann Goering testified at the Nuremberg trials. And he was asked, how did you make the German people go along with all this? And he said, it's an easy thing. It's not anything to do with Nazism. It has to do with human nature. You can do this in a Nazi regime. You can do it in a socialist regime. You can do it in a communist regime. You can do it in a monarchy and a democracy. The only thing a government needs to make people into slaves is fear. And if you can figure out something to make them scared, you can get them to do anything that you want.
Hermann Göring hat zum Ende des Krieges gesagt, es hat nichts mit Nazitum zu tun, dass man die Menschen, er wurde gefragt, warum haben die Menschen das gemacht in Deutschland? Er hat gesagt, es hat mit Nazitum nichts zu tun. Das kann man im Sozialismus machen, im Kommunismus machen, in Monarchien machen, in Demokratien machen. Es ist die menschliche Natur. Wir müssen die Menschen nur in die Angst bringen und dann folgen sie uns.
Almost 50 years ago, my uncle John Kennedy came to this city
Vor 50 Jahren kam John F. Kennedy hier nach Berlin.
He came here to Berlin because Berlin was the front line against global totalitarianism.
Er kam nach Berlin, denn das war die Front gegen den Totalitarismus.
And today again, Berlin is the front line against global totalitarianism.
Und es ist heute ganz genauso. Berlin ist die Front gegen Totalitarismus.
My uncle came here. He proudly said to the people of Germany, "Ich bin ein Berliner."
Und er hat stolz gesagt.
And today, all of us who are here today can proudly say once again, "Ich bin ein Berliner."
Und wir alle heute können stolz sagen, ich bin ein Berliner.
Because you are the front line against totalitarianism.
Und wir sind wieder die Front gegen Totalitarismus.
I'm going to say one more thing.
Ich möchte noch eine Sache sagen.
They haven't done a very good job about protecting public health.
Sie haben keinen guten Job gemacht, die Gesundheit des Volkes zu schützen.
But they've done a very good job at using the quarantine to bring 5G into all of our communities.
Aber sie haben die Quarantäne genutzt, um 5G hier in unsere Gemeinden zu bringen.
And to shift us all, to begin the process of shifting us all to a digital currency, which is the beginning of slavery.
Und sie haben den Anfang geschaffen für eine digitale Währung. Und das ist der Beginn der Sklaverei.
Because if they control your bank account, they control your behavior.
Und diese Kontrolle, sie können uns nicht in unserem Verhalten beeinflussen.
And we all see these advertisements on television saying 5G is coming to your community. It's going to be a great thing for all of you. It's going to change your lives. It's going to make all of your lives so much better.
Und wir sehen, dass 5G überall hingebracht werden soll. Die Fernseher sind voll davon, die Anzeigen sind voll davon, die Werbung. Sie sagen uns, 5G macht unser Leben besser.
And it's very convincing, I have to say. Because I look at those ads and I think, that's great. I can hardly wait till it gets here.
Und die wollen einfach, dass wir dieses 5G einfach akzeptieren.
And then, because I'm going to be able to download a video game in 6 seconds instead of 16 seconds.
Und nur weil ich ein Videospiel dann in 6 Sekunden statt in 16 Sekunden runterladen kann.
And is that why they're spending $5 trillion on 5G?
Und sie geben Milliarden, Billionen von Dollars aus für 5G?
No. The reason is for surveillance and data harvesting. It's not for you and me. It's for Bill Gates. It's for Jeffrey Zuckerberg. And it's for Bezos and all of the other billionaires.
Und es geht nur um Überwachung und Datensammeln. Es ist für Bill Gates und seine Freunde und nicht für uns.
Bill Gates says that his satellite fleet will be able to look at every square inch of the planet 24 hours a day.
Und mit seinen Satelliten kann Bill Gates jeden Quadratzentimeter des Globus beobachten.
That's only the beginning. He also will be able to follow you on all of your smart devices through biometric facial recognition, through your GPS. You think that Alexis is working for you.
No!
She isn't working for you. She's working for Bill Gates, spying on you.
Und sie nutzen das, um uns auszuspionieren mit der Gesichtserkennung. Die ganzen Smart Devices, es ist nicht für uns. Es ist nur für die Überwachung und für die Datensammlung.
And the pandemic is a crisis of convenience for the elites who are dictating these policies.
Diese Pandemie kommt der Elite zu Pass, damit sie uns alles diktieren kann, was sie will.
It gives them the ability to obliterate the middle class, to destroy the institutions of democracy, to shift all of our wealth from all of us to a handful of billionaires to make themselves rich by impoverishing the rest of us.
Und sie nutzen die Pandemie, um uns zu überwachen, um uns zu kontrollieren, komplett zu kontrollieren und um den gesamten Wohlstand von der Bevölkerung zu einer Handvoll weniger aus der Elite zu transferieren.
And the only thing between them
and our children is this crowd that has come to Berlin.
Und das Einzige zwischen denen und unseren Kindern ist diese Menge hier in Berlin.
And we're telling them today, you are not going to take away our freedoms. You are not going to poison our children. We are going to demand our democracy back. Thank you all very much for fighting.
Und wir sagen euch, wir rufen euch zu, ihr